The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that a series of dramatic events are about to unfold in Carter Walton's life, opening up a dramatic story of love, jealousy, and dangerous calculations. When Carter decides to take a new direction in his love life, he unexpectedly finds himself caught in a tense battle between two women, Paris, his ex, who has just returned to town, and Daphne, an ambitious and dangerous woman who desires Carter's heart. After ending his relationship with Hope Logan, Carter seems to have lost his way in love. Fans have speculated that Daphne could be the next woman to enter his life. However, everything changes completely when a familiar face suddenly returns, Paris Buckingham. Paris had a passionate relationship with Carter before deciding to move to another city to start over. But now that she's back in Los Angeles, will fate bring them together again? More than just a reunion, Paris and Carter seem to quickly find a familiar connection. Not only does Paris help Carter with his work, she's also his emotional support. This closeness makes both of them gradually develop old feelings again. But another person is not satisfied with that, Daphne, who has begun to have deep feelings for Carter. From the beginning, Daphne had planned to approach Carter after he broke up with Hope. She believed that she could win Carter's heart without any obstacles. However, Paris' return completely disrupted these plans. Daphne felt threatened by Paris, especially when she saw Carter spending more and more time with this woman. Daphne did not keep quiet and quickly confronted Paris. She warned Paris that it was best to stay away from Carter if she didn't want to get into trouble. But Paris, with her strong personality, was not deterred. She even challenged Daphne, implicitly asserting that she had no right to control Carter's life. Paris's challenge reached Daphne's limit. Anger, jealousy, and possessive ambition drove Daphne into a state of mental instability. She could not accept Carter and Paris getting closer, and moreover, she felt threatened by Paris's confidence. For Daphne, the only way to eliminate that obstacle was to make Paris disappear forever. Daphne decided to carry out a terrible plan. She not only wanted Paris to leave Los Angeles, but also wanted to eliminate her permanently. When she saw Carter and Paris sharing a passionate kiss, Daphne completely lost her mind. Jealousy clouded her sanity. Instead of trying to force Paris to leave, Daphne did something no one expected. She murdered Paris. Paris' death came as a huge shock to everyone, especially Carter. A happy moment between the two ended in a terrible tragedy. Stephy Forrester was one of the first to realize that something was wrong after Paris' disappearance. As she investigated further, she gradually discovered Daphne's shady actions and realized that Daphne had become a completely different person. Blind love had turned her into a murderer. What will Stephy do when she discovers the truth about Daphne? How will Carter cope when the woman he once loved is murdered by someone who is obsessed with him? Will Daphne be able to hide her crime, or will she eventually pay the price? The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that this story will bring a series of thrilling plots that will keep the audience glued to their eyes. Stay tuned to find out who will be the one to expose Daphne's crimes and whether Carter will find justice for Paris. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that a tearful tragedy awaits Finn after he confesses a shocking secret that completely destroys his marriage with Stephy. When the truth about Finn being Luna's biological father is revealed, Stephy cannot bear the shock and makes a cruel decision: divorce. This plunges Finn into a deep pit of pain, despair, and ultimately a terrible tragedy that no one could have expected. When Finn confesses the truth that he is Luna's father, Stephy is completely stunned. She cannot believe that the man she loved and trusted for so long was hiding such an important secret. Although Finn tries to explain that everything happened before he met Stephy and that he did not know about Luna's existence until recently, to Stephy, this is still an unforgivable betrayal. Stephy was not only hurt but also angry that Finn did not tell her as soon as he knew the truth. In Stephy's eyes, this concealment was tantamount to deception. She believed that Finn had put their family in a situation that could not be saved. And so, Steffi made a shocking decision: divorce and kick Finn out of the Cliff house. Finn fell to his knees, begging Steffi to give him a chance to explain, to make things right. He swore that he had never betrayed her and that he still loved her dearly. But Steffi, with a broken heart, just looked at him coldly and slammed the door. Kicked out of the house, losing the wife he loved the most, Finn fell into a state of complete collapse. He no longer knew what to hold on to when Steffi refused all his pleas. Feelings of loss, loneliness, and regret weighed heavily on Finn's mind. Unable to face reality, Finn turned to alcohol to free himself from the pain. He drank one glass after another. The alcohol made him lose his sense of self. Meanwhile, Finn's adoptive mother Lee had learned the whole truth. Although she was very angry with Finn for causing a rift in her marriage, she was still a mother. She tried to comfort Finn, advising him to stand up and fix his mistakes instead of destroying himself. But Finn didn't listen. He continued to indulge in alcohol, in a drunken stupor. His mind was only on one person: Steffi. Even though Steffi had rejected him, in his drunken state, Finn still couldn't control himself. He missed her like crazy, longing to see her even just once more. And so, in the dead of night, Finn staggered out of the bar, got in his car and drove to Steffi's house. When he arrived, he knocked on the door, knocking hard on the Cliff house door, stammering Steffi's name, begging her to open the door. He begged her to forgive him, to give him a chance to prove that he was still her most loving husband. But inside, Steffi just stood there, not reacting at all. She heard Finn's voice. She knew he was outside the door, but her heart was frozen. Steffi couldn't let herself be hurt again. And then, in utter despair, Finn left. But that was the fateful moment that changed his life forever. Drunk driving, Finn couldn't control the speed. His mind was spinning, Steffi's image blurred before his eyes. And then, a terrible accident happened. Finn's car lost control, crashed into an obstacle on the road. The sound of metal clashing rang out, glass shattered. The car flipped several times before stopping in the middle of the road. Blood flowed from Finn's forehead, his eyes gradually closed in severe pain. People around quickly called an ambulance, and Finn was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The doctors tried their best to save his life, but the head injury was so severe that Finn fell into a deep coma. No one could be sure that he would wake up. When she received the news of Finn's accident, Steffi was completely shocked. Although she was determined to divorce, she never wanted this to happen to Finn. When she entered the hospital and saw him lying motionless on the hospital bed, surrounded by a series of life support machines, Steffi began to wonder if she had made a mistake. Had she been too cruel to Finn? Should she have given him a chance? But now everything was too late. Finn could no longer hear her, could no longer beg for her forgiveness. What would Steffi do next? Would Finn wake up after months in a coma? And if he did, would he still remember Steffi, or was his memory wiped clean? The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that this story will be full of drama, with tough decisions and internal struggles for Steffi. Stay tuned to find out what happens next.
Oh,